Howdy y'all, this is Red Wolf. So the knife we're going to be talking about today is the Condor Undertaker. I like this knife more than I want to. There are some aspects of the pattern that I don't like as well as some other knife patterns. But I've had this knife for about 2 years now, and it keeps impressing me pretty well. It's pretty lightweight, it's really handy. You know, it's got a good guard on it, really good features. I wish they put some sort of weatherproofing on this, even blew it right there. You know, it is full tang. It does have a lanyard hole, which is nice. One of the things I really like about it, get up here a little bit where you can see a little bit better, is how much thinner the handle is than some of the other knives that I've got here to play with. Even on this cold steel, this is the Wild West buoy, I think, but very similar size, very similar pattern, very similar thicknesses. This feels a lot livelier, and some of that's going to be just because the handle, it changes the point of balance and gives you a little bit different grip on it. Before we get into some of the test cutting over here on this limb that fell down, I want to be honest about this. I sharpened the back and I reprofiled this. I think that Condor's factory edge is tough, but I don't like the way it chops. I find that if I take the bevel shoulder and bring it back a little bit and thin it out some, it tends to do a really good job of getting in there and doing damage. I'm not sure it holds an edge as long as some of my comparables, but other than that, let's reposition and do a little bit of chopping. Yeah. Alright, so my testing log for today for all my buoys. This is a hard piece of oak that fell down out of a tree. It's dry, it's dead, it's hard, and it's been around for a while. So I'm probably not going to do a whole lot of damage to this, but I'm going to take some chops on it. I've got some smaller stuff I'm going to bring over here and cut against it so we have some sense of what's going on. And just goes through, you'll probably see this, goes through this green stuff real easy. So first off is going to be the Condor. So this is going to be closer to our buoy size stuff we normally go through. And once again, this is the top part of that same tree. That's about 1.5 inches diameter right there. It goes through real quick and easy. You know, if you've got, you know, this real small stuff, it just flies through there. So far we haven't done anything to our edge. You see what I mean about it biting? Like, gets in there really good. Yeah, a little bit of a ting there. Yeah, I'm starting to feel a little bit. Get the buoy up right here. You can feel just a little bit right here, where I think it may be getting a little bit dull. That's a really big log, and it's just about as hard as you're going to come across for taking care of this. Out of curiosity. back edge is holding up good. So I think that's really all the cut and test I got time for right now. But does really good, and like I've in the past, you know, when it comes to whittling stuff, I will get a thin stick. Does just about as good as anything else I've got. Leave it right there. Anyway, I'm going to reposition and give you some final thoughts. Alright, so before we come to any conclusions here, I also want to talk about the Sheath again. One of the things I love about Condor is their awesome leather sheaths. I feel like you probably spend half your money on the knife and half your money on the sheath. And that's not a criticism of the knife, just the sheaths are really good. They're high quality, they're tough, they're properly treated. You can see that sheen on it. They're really good. I did not like the belt loop that comes, or the scabbard lock that comes on here. It moves like this to pinch it in place. I found that it really got in the way of the knife going into the belt. Other complaints, this is so loose. You can see it's a really huge belt loop. This is so loose that when you have it on your side and try and pull it up, it'll get to right about here, and it keeps getting stuck because it folds and it quits having resistance to push up against. What I found is if I push in my mind, when I'm pulling out, if I push it toward my leg, it usually slides all the way out with belt resistance on there. And that's just something to be aware of more than anything. I like these. I think they're definitely worth the money. If you're in the market or you like the look, pick one up, man. I mean, they're solid. They may need a little bit of work, and there's stuff you can do to them to put a little work into them and make them your knife if you're inclined to do that. But until next time, this is Rebel signing off. Y'all keep up the good fight.